Hey guys, so I am sitting outside of my doctor's office. I have an appointment at 10:35. It is 10:23, so I am a tad early, which is always nice. So for today's pregnancy update, I thought I would make it kind of like a vlog style just because I have a doctor's appointment today. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna update you guys on my pregnancy, how things are going. I am 18 weeks pregnant. I will be 19 weeks on Saturday, which is, sorry, it's raining, which is tomorrow Saturday. Wow, I lose track of the days. I don't even know. My head is so foggy right now because I have like some sinus issues, which is always fun when you're pregnant because there's not a lot of medicine you can take. If you guys know, like, what do you do when you have sinus and like head pressure and all of that? What do you do to treat that when you're pregnant? Because I'm not quite sure. I'm about to see my doctor, so I should probably just ask her what to take. Although I always feel nervous, like I don't have a fever or anything, but I always feel nervous like talking about sickness around people because, you know. But anyway, so that is a symptom, but that's not really a pregnancy symptom. I'm not someone who, I feel like I am a little bit more nasally, a little bit more snotty when I'm pregnant, but it's not like horrible or anything. This is just like allergies, and like my whole family has it. It started with my oldest. He gets really bad allergies. We live in Houston, Texas, and the allergies are just the pollen and everything is just bad here. So anyway, my two little guys have it as well. They just have like Jack gets really, the youngest, he gets really runny noses. So yeah, so that's not fun. But whew, I'm really nervous to go into this appointment. Part of me is very excited because I want to get some reassurance from my doctor. If you didn't see my last video, definitely go watch that. Warning, it's very emotional. It was very raw. It was right after I got some not great news about the cyst on her brain from my first ultrasound. And so that was just like my real and raw reaction. And I did want to comment on a couple of things. I don't know if I have time before my appointment, maybe, that I said in there, and just like kind of share with you guys like how after oh, there's a car coming, it's awkward. How after processing the is he gonna park next to me too? He is. How after it's like this big truck. This is so embarrassing talking to a camera. But anyway, how after like processing the information, how I'm doing. You guys can probably tell by like my demeanor that I am feeling a lot better. Although I feel like when I go in, you know when you go and like talk to your mom about something that's bothering you and you just immediately start crying or whatever? That's what I feel like I'm gonna do when I go into this doctor's appointment. Like, I've been much better. I haven't cried since I think the day that we found out, which was only a few days ago. It was Monday or Tuesday, something like that. But I don't know, it's just, I feel so much better. I went home, I did a ton of research. So after that video, I did a ton of research, and I saw actually some YouTube moms that I've watched in the past that their baby when they were pregnant had like multiple cysts on their brain or whatever, and they were totally fine. So, and I just saw video after video, and that's actually what my doctor told me, that this is one of the few things where, oh my God, everyone's parking next to me, where if you Google it, you'll actually be comforted, because it really is something that's usually totally normal. And I actually saw that a lot of moms said they went back like 2.5 weeks later and the cyst was already gone. So I told my husband, like, I went early. I had my anatomy scan at 18 weeks. Normally it's between 18 to 22 weeks. So normally I go at like 20 weeks. This place is popping. Everyone is driving around me and it's so embarrassing. I feel like, I wonder, you know, if I had gone in at 20 weeks, 21 weeks, would they have even seen the cyst? Would it have been gone and they didn't even know it had ever been there? You know what I mean? So that I find interesting. But yeah, just doing so much research about that. And then the main thing I was worried about is that if, like, I don't want to have to worry this entire pregnancy until she's born, wondering if she's gonna be okay. And I want to, so this is something I want to say really quickly before I have to go in. I want to make this really like clear because I feel like I wasn't totally clear about this. And no one was rude about it. guys, your kind comments, I know maybe it won't seem genuine to you, and I'm gonna start crying, so I'm so emotional, but your kind comments mean so much to me. But I'm gonna not talk too much about that because I'm gonna start crying. So no one was worried about it, but I just got a vibe from like what people said that maybe I came across like I didn't mean to. So when I said I want her to be perfect, like every time I've gone to these high-risk doctors after having Carter, who had gastroschisis, they always tell me, your baby's perfect. They walk in and they're like, your baby's perfect, there's nothing wrong. And it's just like, ah, yes. So I guess that's what I was hoping for. I know no matter what, she'll be perfect to me. But guys, if she has the, I think it's trisomy 18 is what it's called, I think. If she has that, it's bad. Like most of them don't live. If they survive at birth, they last a few days. Some of them can last longer, but it's a really, really bad thing. And so it's not that I just, you know, none of my kids are perfect, you know what I mean? Like, but I always want the best for them, you know, and I want them to have their best fighting chance. And I want to be able to support them to reach their highest potential. And I just feel like, obviously, if you have that much health issues, you don't have your best fighting chance, you know what I mean? So, but I have a lot of hope and a lot of faith that this is totally, like, everything's fine. And I'm really hoping after this appointment, I'm going to feel even more encouraged that everything is going to turn out fine. But one thing I think, which I'm going to ask my doctor about today, but that I think I figured out is if they don't find any other issues, which they didn't at my ultrasound, but she was like facing my back and like scrunched up so they couldn't see everything. So they didn't find any, they saw like all of her brain, obviously, which that was the only problem, was the cyst. They saw some of her heart, but not all of it. I think they saw her kidneys or something, I don't know. They saw a few other places. They were able to see her stomach and see that she didn't have gastroschisis. So they were able to see a lot of her, but just not everything. So that's why I'm going back there in 3 weeks. But I think if it's, the cyst is not coupled with other issues, then it's probably no big deal and it'll just go away eventually. And I think it's important to note that the cyst is not the issue necessarily. It's in a part of the brain. It's kind of hard to explain, especially since I'm not like a doctor, but it's in the part of the brain where it's not going to cause any issues, the cyst itself, but it just can be a marker for something bad like trisomy 18 or whatever, which I did have the blood work done and that was clear. I was like very low risk. So anyway, that is like the update so far, but I'm gonna go into my appointment and then I'll let you guys know how that goes. As far as how I'm feeling, I still have nausea. I'm 18 weeks, I still have nausea. I'm still on the diclegis, I think it's how you say it. I'm still on that. Actually, it was crazy. This last time I went, like normally it's like over $200, and this last time it was like covered by insurance. I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, are you sure? I think like maybe an off-brand or whatever it's called, generic, like came out or something, because I did get, the pills like look the same, but it was in a different bottle, and the guy was like, oh, it's still the same stuff. And it seems to be working, so I guess it is still the same stuff, but I was really worried. I was like, I will pay the $200, just give me the meds, you know what I mean? It's just crazy how long my nausea has been lasting. It wasn't like this with my first 2 pregnancies, but with my last pregnancy, and then it's seeming with this one, like my first 2 pregnancies, by 18 weeks, it was like my nausea would just disappear, like midway through the 2nd trimester-ish. But with my last pregnancy with Jack, it did not leave until maybe a month before I gave birth, if that. And I gained so much weight. I never took any medicine. I was dying. I've gained a lot of weight this pregnancy, but I gained even more last time because I was so sick. I could never be hungry at all. I had to always be eating. It was horrible. So thank goodness for this medicine because it is making my life manageable. But I think it's funny because people, you know, are like, oh, you know, by the 2nd trimester, you'll feel better. No, like I feel nauseous even right now, like just a little bit of nausea. It's like you're just, some days are better than others, but it's kind of like you just get used to it, but it's nothing compared to when I'm not on the medicine, nothing. So, all right, I'm gonna go into my appointment. Okay guys, so I'm feeling even better, which is what I thought. My doctor's so sweet. I got like kind of annoyed with her at one point. You may have seen my pregnancy updates over in the nausea stuff because I felt like she didn't totally get it, but besides that, she really is very sweet. And you know, she comes in and she was like, how's everything? And she's like, oh, you know, you got your ultrasound, everything looks great. And I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, I'm not worried about that subchorioid cyst, whatever thing. She's like, I'm not worried about that at all. You had the blood work done, this everything looked good. Today I actually, which I didn't even realize they did this, like they take your blood all the time when you're pregnant. They'll just take vials and vials of blood. And I just never ask questions, you know, I'm just like, take it, take my blood. I'm left-handed, so I just ask them to do my right because I'm usually sore and stuff afterwards. But you know, I never know why they're taking my blood. So I guess this one at 18 weeks is to test for like a few other like spinal issue and like some other things, which I don't know if those really have anything to do with the cyst. I don't know, but she said no news is good news, and she's really sweet. Whenever I had my miscarriage, she called me like on a weekend and gave me the results, and she was really compassionate about it. So she said, if I don't hear anything by this weekend from her, that like everything's good, and I won't hear anything if everything's good. So get through this weekend and I'll feel even, I'm already feeling much better, as you guys can probably tell, but this appointment made me feel better, even better. Then get through this weekend and hopefully don't get a call. I'll feel a lot better. And then a couple weeks after that, when I have my next ultrasound where they can see all of her totally, then I will feel really good. So I think, guys, like, I am someone who, I have like anxiety and stuff. I've talked about that a little on my cleaning channel. I think I've talked about it on here too, but I am someone who kind of reacts strongly at the beginning and then I can calm down. I have to like let it all out though. I don't bottle things up. I tell all my friends, like they'll be like, sorry, I'm venting. I'm like, dude, vent. Like, let it out. I am the person to vent to because I'm like pro venting. So anyway, it was really shocking to have someone tell you that like your daughter has a cyst on her brain, you know, like that's terrifying to hear. And especially like I was all alone because, you know, if everything going on in the world, you're not really supposed to bring people. They did say you could bring one person, probably because it's like a high risk doctor. And so things like this happen, and it, you know, so I think that's why they let you bring one support person. But I wasn't gonna force my husband to like, he can't just take off work. Like it's not that easy for him to take off work, and so it just, I didn't want to like make it this big thing. Normally he comes to my first appointments with our last two pregnancies. That's how it was. He would come to the first appointment and then that's it. But even that was always such a big ordeal, and so I just didn't want to have to like get, you know, have to like put that on him to like figure out things with work. And so it was fine, but it was hard to get that news alone, you know, just with the doctor. And I don't, you know, just met that doctor and everything. So it was nice to talk to my doctor who I know and who's can be very compassionate and stuff like that. And so she says she's not worried about it. It was actually great. So I have an anterior placenta. I think I talked about that in my last video. I don't know. So that means that my placenta is like right in my stomach, so I don't feel a ton of kicks yet, and it is kind of early. So the nurse was asking me if I'd felt anything, and I'm like, maybe, but I'm not sure. And then when she had me lay down to listen to the heartbeat, which I always love, listening to her little heartbeat, heart rate or whatever, you know what I mean. She laughed when she was like just starting to listen, and I was like, okay. And then she said, oh, I laughed because she moved. So she's moving in there. Her heart rate was great. It was like 148 or something, I think. So I have a lot of faith that everything is gonna be okay. And that is why, I don't know, it's so hard though, because I feel like I was justified to feel as upset as I did and everything, but sometimes it's like my husband will tell me don't borrow worry. And so after that day with the first initial shock, I tried to remind myself of that, of like nothing is confirmed, and then I did a lot of research and I felt better. So anyway, feeling much better now, and as we get more and more good news, hopefully I'll feel even better. So that is it. Now, this was actually like perfect timing. I had to wait a long time. It's already 11:30. That to me, like this office is pretty good. You don't usually have to wait that much. So that to me was kind of like a long time. It wasn't even an hour, but that was kind of a long time. So my little guys are at like a Mother's Day out, and I need to pick them up soon. I have a few minutes though. I really wanted to run to Target while my kids, since I'm already out. Normally I work. when they do their little once a week Mother's Day off for 3 hours. Normally I just stay home and work the whole time, but it would be fun to like run into Target or even to Home Goods, maybe just get her like a cute little outfit, just kind of celebrate that my daughter is here and she's gonna be okay, I think. So I might do that for a minute, but first I'm gonna call my husband. Normally I call my husband immediately after appointments, especially like this, but I talked to you guys first. So I am going to give him a call, let him know that everything is looking good. And then I have a lot of work to do. So it's nice on Fridays, they go to Mother's Day out for like 3-ish hours in the morning, and then Jack has his nap for 2.5, 3 hours in the afternoon, so I can get more work done. So I'm not gonna schedule another appointment, even though it was nice, but I'm just gonna ask my sweet sister to watch the kids in the future, because using up this time to go to a doctor's appointment, it's kind of feels like a waste of time. I need to be working. So anyway, I am going to call my husband, and then I'll need to get them soon and get to work this afternoon, but I'm feeling better and better. I just want my little daughter to be healthy. All right, so instead of going to Target, I decided to just get some Chipotle, because we don't really have a Chipotle. It's super close to my house, but there's one super close to the doctor's office, so I just got a good old burrito, just a chicken burrito. If you guys know like what would be a tasty bowl, then let me know, because I never know what to do. So I always just get the burrito, and then I also got a Diet Coke, which I had to like ask them. I was so excited for my Diet Coke. I rarely drink Diet Coke. And then when I went there, it was like not coming out, so I thought they were just out. And I literally went and asked them to refill it because I need my Diet Coke. But then I guess it was just kind of broken, so the guy pushed it really hard and the Diet Coke came out. So whatever it takes to give me my Diet Coke. So anyway, I'm going to eat this real quick, and then I'm going to go get my little guys. Why is this happening? The top keeps coming off. So that was delicious. So good. Diet Coke, amazing. One other thing I wanted to mention about the baby stuff is the only ultrasound picture I got was a crotch shot. That's it. And I'm not complaining too much because I love it. I mean, it's just, I'll insert a picture. It's on my fridge. I see it every day as I'm opening my fridge. Just crotch with an arrow that says girl. And I love it. I'm so happy that she's a girl. I'm like, one day when she's older, I'm gonna be like, yeah, your lady parts were on our fridge and for everyone to see. But the funny thing is, one of my friends from high school told me she's pregnant and she's having a little girl, and we're so excited to both be having girls, which that was like a thing I have been thinking, that I want one of my friends to have a little girl, like, and she's like she's due a couple months after me, so super exciting. But she sent me a picture of an ultrasound of her baby, and it's this cute profile, like adorable picture, and then I sent my crotch shot, and I was like, that's cute, this is what I got, a crotch shot, that's it. They didn't give me any other pictures. So next time when we go in, and hopefully it goes much better and they tell me everything looks good, I'm gonna be like, she was in a bad position. It wasn't the ultrasound girl's fault. She was in a bad position, but hopefully she's in a better position. I'm gonna be like, can you please give me a pretty shot of my baby? Because that is what I was so excited about with that ultrasound, was seeing my baby girl. And I mean, I'm glad they confirmed she's a girl with her crotch just in my face, and she actually started off with her legs crossed, so we were lucky we got that that picture. But still, I'm just like, this baby girl, she is already causing me trouble. Sorry, my car is probably dirty and gross looking. There's the Band-Aid that I took off from when they took my blood. It fell off actually. So I need to go like right now and get my boys. I just ate in the parking lot, so I'm gonna go get them. But I wanted to, I forgot what I was gonna say, but I like this top. This was in my maternity haul. It looks cuter when you're standing up because it's got this kind of pleating or whatever. It is a bit big right now, and I'm like tempted to get the size medium for now, but I'm sure I will get huger and huger by the day. And so I'm just like, Madison, like just keep this size. It's a little loose, you see, like in parts and stuff, and I feel like the medium would be super cute. But I'm like, I'm gonna be pregnant all summer long. This is a really good top for it. I'm also wearing underneath it just one of those like tanks I got from Kohl's. So this is from Target and this is from Kohl's. And they both feel great. The tank is like nice and tight, feels great. It's not super hot yet. Going through a pregnancy in the summer heat of Houston, Texas is just, I'm not looking forward to it. But I am looking forward to seeing my baby girl. I feel like this pregnancy is just gonna fly by. Like it's already, I can't believe I'm already 18 weeks. That to me is pretty far along. My mom was like, I feel like this pregnancy is taking forever. And I was like, you feel like this pregnancy is taking forever? But she's really excited to have a little girl. I actually found, you guys, I found the little socks. Maybe I'll insert a clip of that too. That my mom got me when I was pregnant with my first baby, Carter, and we didn't know if it was a girl or boy yet. She got me these little pink socks with lace and everything, and I kept them forever because I thought I would eventually have a daughter. But then once with Jack, when I didn't, you know, when I thought he was gonna be our last baby and he was a boy, I thought maybe I got rid of them, but I think maybe I thought, oh, I'll keep them for my granddaughter or something. So I found them in my sock drawer, so I'm so excited. That's gonna be one of the first socks, if not the first socks I put on her little baby feet, and I cannot wait. So I'm feeling good again. I'm feeling hopeful again. I'm feeling like I'm actually getting a daughter and everything's gonna be okay. I have a lot of like positive vibes and hope that she's gonna be just fine. She's gonna be my little September, my second September baby, and I can't wait to meet her. Look who it is. Give me a kiss. Mwah. It's my boo-boo, Mr. Popular. All the ladies love him, don't they?
Oh.
At your school?
Oh.
Yeah. Did you have a good day at school?
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. That's true? You're true? Handsome? You're too handsome. And where's Henry? Henry, show your face. Show yourself. Ooh, what did you make, buddy?
A butterfly.
A butterfly? Wow, it's beautiful.
It can fly too.
It can fly? Ooh, very pretty.